Hi everyone, it's Christina from Card Creations and More by C. And I apologize, I have not made a video for you guys in a very long time. I've just had a lot of stuff going on, and anyway, I think it's been a good month since I made a video, and a few of you have left me sweet comments and told me that you really missed my videos. So this weekend I'm going to try to film a few for you that I can post throughout the week. What we're going to make today is a shape card. It's going to be in the shape of a heart, and I went ahead and welded the two hearts from George and Basic Shapes together in my Gypsy. The hearts were 4.31 inches high, and I'm thinking it might fit in an A2 size. I'm trying to see about that though. Let's see if it's going to work. It's not. I was originally intending it to be for a 5.5 inch card, but to get the heart tall enough, yeah, it's going to fit in an A2 size envelope, just barely. So that will be A2 size. My original thought was to make it 5.5 by 5.5, but in order to get the heart closer to that, the width was too much. So that didn't work. So I went ahead and welded two hearts together, and that makes our card base. Then I cut another layer at the same size, 4.31, same size heart, and I went ahead and inked it. We're only going to be using the outer part anyway. So that's going to fit over top of our card to get rid of the crease where you see it folded. Okay? And I cut another layer the same size for the inside so that it'll be white to write on. But I did go ahead and snipped off the sides so that it closes. Okay, and then I cut a layer at 4.06 for our center of our inside. Now this card's going to be a little lovey type of card. We're going to be decorating it with two frogs, and our sentiment on the front is going to say "Totally Devoted to You," which is so cute. That comes from the Scrappy Mom's Furry Friend set. And then on the inside I've stamped "You Are My Everything," which comes from Scrappy Mom's Love Struck stamps. I'm sure everybody that looks at my blog knows that I really love Scrappy Mom stamps. I love the stamps that Emma has too for my creative time, but my very favorite is Scrappy Mom's. And I don't know if everybody knows it, but Scrappy Mom Stamps now is selling acrylic blocks. There's two sizes of pink blocks. I just have to share this because I thought they were so cute, and the prices are really good, and there's no shipping on them. But anyway, there's a small size and a little bigger size, so nice prices and really cute pink blocks. And then they also have a 1 by 3 inch block, and it's nice and thick. And I found that this thing really makes a difference when you're stamping. Like, look at how crisp that is with black stays on ink using this block. So I'm really happy with those. Just had to share that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we'll adhere our inside layer first. So I didn't get anything pre-stuck. We're just going to use some ATG to kind of go around these hearts. Stick them inside. Okay. So we're just going to open up our card, and we're going to stick this down nicely. Okay. So now we have that on the inside. Okay. And then we're going to put our heart on the outside, but I'm going to put the adhesive on the actual card base because I don't want to accidentally put it where I shouldn't have it with the crease. So we're just going to go ahead and go around here, just using my ATG gun. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up, keep the card open, and I'm just going to line it up perfectly as I can get it to my card base. Okay. And then when we close our card up, that's what we have so far, but don't pay attention to that inking. I was using a sponge, and I used my Blazing Red Stays On ink, but we're only going to be seeing the outer edges of that anyways, so that's okay. Alright, now what I want to do is put adhesive on this layer, and this part I can cover the whole thing, it doesn't really matter. And we'll just go like that. I'm just going to go ahead and center this the best I can in the middle of our card. Right about like, oh wait, I did not want to do that yet. Can you tell I'm rusty with the videos? I apologize. Have to lift that back up. Anyway, we have to finish building the front of our card first. I always have a mess up in every video, but that's okay. Sometimes we do that, and I chuckle when I see other people do it too, because I know I'm not alone at all. But anyway, I went ahead and cut some grass out using my border punch. It's a Martha Stewart border punch. I love this one, and it cuts nice grass. What I wanted to do is right above the Totally Devoted to You, I wanted to start my grass going across my card. And I've cut 3 strips of it, and it's cut in 2 different colors. Hunter green and then a very light bright green, which is different from the greens that I used in my frog. So this way there's definite dimension between the grass and the frogs. And I'm just doing 3 layers because I find it blends together nicely. So just some ATG. We're going to just lay these down. And I cut them all 1/4 inch apart so that this way you would go ahead and see all 3 layers of grass like that perfectly blended. Now all we need to do is just take our scissors, I'm using the Tim Holtz Ionic scissors, and just cut carefully the heart shape of the grass. So this way the grass will be in the shape of the heart and blended smoothly. It is a little thick, so these scissors work well even cutting through 3 layers of paper like that. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to do. And that's why I needed to do it before I adhered it down. So now we have our white heart, we have our strips of grass, so we're going to go ahead now and put this down in our card. And luckily with ATG, if you do it very quickly, you do have that little bit of ability to lift it. So luckily that wasn't ruined. Okay, so there's so far what we have. Totally Devoted to You, You Are My Everything, and we've got our strips of grass, and that put the sentiment there perfectly. Now I've got 2 froggies, and they're both the same, and they were cut at 1.5 inches, so they're kind of tiny. I already went ahead and put them together, did a little outlining, and have all their layers ready. And what I want to do is I'm going to use some black pearls for their eyes. I get my pearls and my gemstones at AC Moore. That's my favorite. You get all one color, 3 different sizes on a sheet for $1, and they have like every color. So pretty much that's where I get them from. I have found around Christmas time, I found some of these round gemstones at Michael's for $1. So I did pick up some of those, but for the most part I prefer AC Moore. I don't think you can beat it, and I love their color selection. So I just went ahead and put 2 black pearls for each of their eyes. And then for my little male, on Create a Critter, and that's where the frogs come from, I went ahead in my Gypsy and I pulled up the little top hat that goes on the turkey, and I hid the actual turkey body and used just the hat. And I want to go ahead and put this little top hat on my male. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little Scotch Quick Dry here along the bottom of the hat. And I put my Scotch Quick Dry in this empty glue bottle that you can get at Michael's. I saw it on Crafting with Christina. I'm using the small size. And I really liked it. It makes it come out a lot easier for me. Instead of just plopping out, I can get smaller amounts, and I really like it that way. Because I didn't really care for the Scotch Quick Dry before. So we just put a little top hat on our male frog. Now on the female frog, I just want to do a little flower. So I've used flowers from a punch. I'm just going to go ahead and put 5 little dots of glue. Actually, I'll just kind of color it in. But that's how fine you can get the quick dry to turn out. And then I'm going to adhere it down to a bigger flower. So this way it kind of matches the top hat and matches the colors in the card. And then I want to kind of angle it so it kind of sits around her eye. So I'm just going to put a little bit of quick dry right there around her eye, which is where I'm going to adhere it. This way she's got a little flower. And this way you can definitely tell that it's a male and a female, since they're supposed to be in love. Okay, and just put my pin back in my quick dry. Okay, so now we have our froggies, but there's one other step I want to do, and this was not my own idea. I have seen this on other people's blogs, but I want to go ahead and give my frogs a curled up tongue that's sticking out. So I'm going to use my Quilt Creation slotted quilling tool, and my paper is just about 2.75 inches by 3. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to curl it towards the other end, like so. Okay, and I'm not going to go quite all the way to the end, so when I get to right about like that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to pull it off, and I'll actually use my quick dry again. I'm going to put a little dab of glue right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll just try to do it with my fingers and just press it down. Okay, so then we've got our little curled up tongue coming out of his mouth. I thought that was kind of cute. Could probably actually even do it with a little smaller piece of paper too. But I think that looks super cute. Okay. Actually, I don't know what it would be like with only half of it. I'm actually going to try making it smaller. It's a little bit thicker than I thought it was going to be. So let's try doing about half of that. I might pull that one off and redo it. I haven't ever done this one before, so I was just estimating. Put a little glue. Take that one off. We'll see which one I like better. I'm going to put her little tongue coming out the other side of her mouth. Okay, as it turns out, I kind of like that better, so I'm going to pull this one off of the frog. Won't hurt anything. And make another one. So you only need about an inch and a quarter long piece of paper to do this. So I just did too much. That's okay. Okay, little dab of glue. And I'm going to put it right over top where that little piece was stuck there. And just press it down good. And I do think that looks a lot better. The thicker coil just didn't look right. Okay, so now our frogs have little curly tongues. I think that looks really cute. Okay, so our frogs are done, except I want to put, I wanted to put a little red gemstone in the center of the dark red flower. I wanted to put a couple of them on his hat. I'm just using my tweezers to get them, just to give it something else. I'm going to put 3 right in a row on his hat and 1 in the center of her flowers. Okay, that one didn't actually have any glue for some reason. Grabbing them, tweezers. I love these cutter bead tweezers. They are a must for anybody to have. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our male frog with the turquoise top hat with 3 little blings going across it. Then we also have our female frog, and hers kind of comes up by her eye. Okay, so next I have this little heart that I cut, and it's from a Creative Memories punch. And I want to put this right down here in the corner, down here where the heart comes to a point, just to give it a little something. So I'm going to put a little quick dry on it. Okay, and just go ahead, and I'm going to make the point go right into the center of the card. Center of the heart. So that's just a little something down there next to it. And then I thought that I would put 1 black pearl up here on the side of the writing. And another one on the other side of it. Okay. And then I thought I would take 1 red gemstone and put it next to it. Just a little extra embellishment. And I don't think I was thinking about putting Let me see. I think I'll put one other little black one right next to it, just for something extra, because I like to do things like in odd numbers. They usually do look better. Okay, so that's the base of our card, so that just gives it a little extra something. And since I put on the red accents, the bling, I think I'm going to go ahead and put on the heart 3 of these little gemstones, one kind of at each point of the heart. Okay, so there we go. So that's just some extra sparkle for the card, and now we need to prop up our froggies and put them in the grass. So I'm going to go ahead and use some pop dots. These are the kind that you can get at Michael's. They come with 2 different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and just put 2 of them on each frog, like so. And I might put one on their hats, but let's get these done first. Little bases. I think this card is going to be so cute. I love it. It could be an anniversary card. It could just be a just because type of card. Anybody who likes frogs is going to love this. I'm going to put one right on the back of the flower and the top hat, just to go ahead and give them a little bit more stability. I want the card to be nice and sturdy, so we'll put that over there. Okay, now I'm going to pick up the, just figure out, okay, this is what I do. I'll just put it in the center and just try to set them. I kind of figured their top of their heads would come up where the heart is. Okay, so there's our card. Totally devoted to you. Oops, I dropped it. We got our little male and female froggies with lots of pretty bling. All matches nicely, and then you open it and it says, "You are my everything." And I might go with my black pen right around and do a little stitching just to give that inside a little something more. But I'm not positive, so I probably will just leave it blank. I think it actually looks really cute how it is, and it's really nice that that fits in an A2 size card. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to do, I was thinking about, but I might not because I've got a lot of bling as it is. I was thinking about using these green stickles and putting them on the frog there, but you know what? I think I'm going to leave it alone and let the sparkle come from the red gemstones and not use those stickles. So sometimes I think it'll be a little too much. So anyways, I hope you really enjoy the card, and I hope you give one a try. And if you do make a card similar to this, please give me a link so I can come and check out your project too. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can head over to my blog at cardcreationsbyc.blogspot.com, and if you're watching me on my blog, you can head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my videos. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.